Welcome back. Round 4 of the Global Time Attack here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. And what you're seeing right now is Jeff Westphal on the GST Motorsports Subaru Impreza L coming around the first turn there. Jeff Westphal, fastest time of the day, 1:04.618. Seeing if he can improve on that. Tony Wiesenhahn in the Turning Concepts Subaru WRX, his fastest time, 1:05.903. He's trying to catch Jeff Westphal. Showing the paddock right now here at the New Jersey Motorsports Lightning course. Coming across there is Johnny Scarallo in the Group A Motorsports Unlimited rear-wheel drive Chevy Corvette. We heard that thing fire up before. Made me wet myself just a little bit. Doug Wynn coming through our camera. What we're seeing right now, Chris Rado in the Fling 2.0, the World Motorsports guys, getting that car completely rehauled with a new motor between rounds. That's old school drag racing stuff there. Showing here one of our cars coming into camera. I believe that's Daniel O'Donnell in the Professional Awesome car. Somebody went a little wide there. The next group thanks you, sir, for bringing some dirt back on the track. Much appreciated. I'm sure the guys like that surprise when they come around a corner and there's dirt hanging off the track. We'll bill you later for that. The NASA Northeast crew being very good about keeping this track in great condition, even though not all the drivers managed to stay on the track. Daniel O'Donnell in Professional Awesome here coming across the start-finish line. Daniel O'Donnell running a 1:18.340. That is his first flyer right there. Chris Rado with a 1:18.020. Whit Staples with a 1:29.014. Whit Staples having to do a lot of work with the Atlantic Motorsports team, getting that Home Depot winning job. Jeff Westphal lost some aero, the NASA people are telling me. Please contact Lost and Found to pick up your diffuser, Jeff Westphal. It is currently sitting on the track right there. Looks like we were joking about that car being held together with bubblegum and baling wire. Looks like they need to get that Big League Chew on there. That might be more adhesive than what they're using, like the Dentine or maybe the Bubblicious. I'm not entirely sure. Jeff Westphal running a 1:17.085. That aero is definitely going to have an adverse effect on him for this flyer. As we're seeing, I believe that was either Todd Reed in the Reed Speed Fortunato Civic or Whit Staples in the Fortunato Atlantic Motorsports Evo. One of those two white cars. This is horrible announcing. I can't even tell the difference between a Civic and an Evo right now from our camera vantage point. As we see coming across through the camera frame, that was actually Todd Reed in the Reed Speed Fortunato car. Todd Reed's time, 1:13.794, as we see Todd going around the first corner. And down the back straight there after the first, that's the second straight, I guess you'd call it. Someone coming in already, that looks like Joey Scarallo there. We're showing Tony Wiesenhahn in the Turning Concepts car. This car had some radical revisions done to it in the off-season. Rear-mounted radiator. And we're seeing, now you're seeing the paddock here. The flag's at full mast, and actually after watching Chris Rado come around the track, I'm at full mast too. Now we're showing coming through the frame there, that is Doug Wind in the Wind Speed 1:12.317 was his best time. That time was 1:12.869. Chris Rado coming across, Fling 2.0. Chris Rado 1:06.232. Chris Rado with a 106.232, improving on his time. Best time, still leading unlimited front-wheel drive. Chris Rado, 106.232. Still off of his 105.481, which is his current record set last year at New Jersey Motorsports Park. As we see Jeff Westphal coming around there. Jeff Westphal logging a 109.872, best time of the session, but still way off of the 104.618 he said earlier. Jeff telling us that car was hurt. Speaking of hurt, my ears hurt when the guys from Group A Racing fired up that GTO. I believe that's the GTO that I'm hearing on the hot pit lane. Timing and scoring telling me yes, that is. It is actually shaking the settings on our live stream right here. That car really... Seeing it. One of the NASA officials telling us that the Scion did not make it through the dips. He is parked on the course right now. Not a good place for him to park. Maybe it was too hot in the sun. Maybe he wanted to just hang out under the bridge. I don't know. Wow, Jeff Westphal coming across the start-finish line there. Jeff Westphal with a 103.267, best time of the weekend, 103.267. Still off of the 102.460. I know the crafty man that Mike Warfield is. They're turning up the boost slowly, and I think they're going to just try to put it all out on the track today. Tony Wiesenhahn pulling into the pits very slowly here. So we see him parked right there. That is Tony Circa talking to Tony Wiesenhahn, meeting of the Tonys. Tony. Wiesenhahn and Circa. I don't know. Being in New Jersey, I could only imagine the conversation went like, how you doing? Forget about it. I don't know. Who knows? Tony Wiesenhahn from Turn-In Concepts, currently second place in unlimited all-wheel drive, 105.903. Best time, 106.335 in the session. Best time for the day, 105.903. Second place, unlimited all-wheel drive. Showing the paddock right there. We're sharing this weekend here with NASA. NASA Northeast being our gracious hosts this weekend. There are actually two courses here at New Jersey Motorsports Park, Thunder and Lightning, named after, I believe this was old Air Force Base. They trained some of the World War II fighter pilots here, so named after a couple famous World War II airplanes. And Thunder and Lightning happen to be what I call my biceps, although my girlfriend refers to them as Huey and Dewey, so I'm not entirely sure that's an appropriate nickname I've come up with. It looks like that is Jeff Westphal pulled in, Doug Wind pulled in. No, that is Jeff Westphal coming around there. Jeff Westphal, we're following him right now. It looks like he is going to pull in. We're going to see if he makes this right-hand turn coming in here. Yes, Jeff Westphal is done. He is going to sit on that time. Fastest time of the weekend, but unfortunately it does not look like we're going to see a record here. The car is hurt. It is missing some body pieces. It is less a few wings and splitters on that car. So Jeff Westphal parking that car. It looks like he is done. We see Whit Staples coming in. He is done as well. Whit Staples doing a 107.832. Unable to improve on his 106.916 that he ran earlier. Showing the paddock. There's the Professional Awesome crew. We're seeing the ambulance there. We like to see the ambulance parked. We do not like to see that ambulance out on track unless they're trying to attempt to run it themselves. And we want to put a transponder on that thing and see what it will do. This is our second group coming out. This allows all cars to come out on track. Our global time attack format allows 10 minutes for record setting times, and then we allow all cars to come out on track. Right now, pretty much every car can be out on track if they want. We have about 30 cars in this field, so not a very full track. Looks like what we're seeing right there is that is the Akuma Motorsports Evo right there. Doug Wynn's car, looks like he's going to come out. Brian Hedian right there in the Wired Race team. That's Mark Forenbacher in the Team Foreign Evo right there. Alan Cohn in the CTSV Racing. CTSV, how appropriate. John Schaefer in the Akuma Motorsports Z. And we also have John Q in the Wired Race S2000. And finally, that's Jake Silverio in the Acura TSX that Jeff Westphal drove earlier. John Schaefer having a bit of a scare, going really wide and sending the back end around on the Akuma Motorsports car. Daniel O'Donnell has left the building. We see Daniel O'Donnell has left the building. He's actually driving. You can't see on camera, but he's actually driving out onto one of the access roads. I don't know if he took a wrong turn or somehow got off track, but Daniel O'Donnell maybe taking his streetcar out for a spin right now. Who knows? Daniel O'Donnell currently has the street tire all-wheel drive record with a 110.694. Street tire all-wheel drive. Here running a 111.061, unable to improve on that. The 111.061, unable to get the record. And we're hearing from the NASA staff that Rado's car is being towed in. So Chris Rado in the Scion will be unable to capture his record as well. Chris Rado running a 106.232, his fastest time of the session, fastest time of the weekend for him. That is also the fastest time of the weekend for him, but unable to catch that record, that 105.481. Chris Rado taking unlimited front-wheel drive, taking the title there, but unable to get the record, and nobody likes to see this. What we're showing right now is that's the second half of our field, ready to go out for the last 10 minutes of global time attack. We see Chris Rado is getting towed in. What we actually see is we're showing the parking out for the second half of the session. Chris Rado's car has been towed back into the infield. Brian Vivian right there. Mark Fornbacher, Team Foreign Evo. Alan Cohen in the CTSVRacing.com, CTSV, Cadillac, John Schaefer in the Akuma Motorsports 350Z, and this is John Cui in the Wild Race Team S2000 Enthusiast rear wheel drive. And Joey Silverio in his Acura TSX Enthusiast front wheel drive. Seeing Whit Staples actually on the access road. That is Joey Scarallo in the Group A Racing Wheels Pontiac GTO Unlimited Rear Wheel Drive, current record holder in Unlimited Rear Wheel Drive with a 105.808. Immediately following this session, we're going to show you some interviews and some commercials that we shot earlier this weekend, and then we're going to come back to the podium ceremony. Actually, we're going to give out some cash and spray some champagne as you see Chris Rado getting towed in and the cars coming down the front straight for the very last of our time attack sessions. John Schaefer in the Akuma Motorsports Z, his best time, a 120 flat, seeing if he can improve on that. John Schaefer actually out on his outlap right now. Jake Silverio, I'm sorry. Again, outlap right now. So these should be the first flyers when the guys come around the next time you see them come around. There's Chris Rado's car parked in the infield in front of the Synergy Turbo tent. Everything looks to be the team pushing it, so that's not a good sign. But it looks to be intact, so it doesn't look like he had any contact with anything. Cars coming down the front straight there. That was Mark Fornbacher. That is actually Brian Hedian. Wild Race Team S2000, 100th of a second off of the time, the 117, 426. He's got a 127, 435. What? Brian Heating with a 124, 377. Not fast enough. Could be an outlap for him. We could see something faster here. That is John Cui there in the Wired Race Team S2000. That is an enthusiast class rear-wheel drive car. His best time being a 124.370. This session he's run as fast as 128.602, unable to improve on his time. Special thanks again to the guys from GT Channel for putting this live stream up, and the guys for Bell One Racing Communications for producing the live stream. That looks like Alan Cohen giving somebody running up on someone's bumper. Oops, somebody went off into the dirt. Whoa, pretty bad there. Coming in the bottom of the frame, that was Joe Scarallo coming in. We see John Schaefer in Motorsport 3. John Schaefer doing a 120.187. Fastest time of the weekend for him, 120 flat. So he's 187 off of the 0.187 off of the his best time. I've always heard it's supposed to be 187 on an undercover cop, but I don't know what any of that means. I want to hold my mic sideways when I say that, all gangster-like. Producer Darryl reminded me of the infamous Simpson Lou the Cop. It was his birthday, so Chief Wiggum allowed him to hold his gun sideways. I'm asking Producer Darryl if I could hold my mic sideways. We're going to rock the bells here at GTA. Speaking of which, the guys from Bell One Racing Communications might be live streaming the Funk Fest from Long Beach. I definitely want to go hang out there. I'm sure I'll fit in great with that crew. My mustache and all. My mustache looks like, sadly, it'll be going away. At the awards ceremony, we could be shaving my mustache. We had 4 records set. I joke around about not liking this mustache, but I love this mustache more than my children, more than my Civic. I love this mustache more than my car. Actually, I misspoke. I shouldn't say that. That's very crude. I actually do love my Civic more than my mustache. Okay, my kids do, maybe, possibly. I'm worried if we do shave my mustache, I might not be capable of achieving an erection, possibly. I'll lose all of what little virility I have left without this mustache, just like Samson when they lost his hair. So I'm definitely worried about that. I don't know. The flight home is going to be a sad and dejected one for me. I might carry the mustache hair in a little Ziploc baggie and just cry myself to sleep on the flight home. But right now we're watching the remainder of our very last Time Attack session. Thank you very much again to the people from NASA Northeast, as well as the people from NASA National for coming out. John Lindsay and Greg S. Gill. You might have seen an interview with him. We really appreciate all the support we get from everybody here. All the corner workers for really helping us produce a great event. The timing and scoring guys, as well as all the GTA staff, the guys from Bell One Racing Communications, all of our supporters and sponsors, Mothers, Synergy Turbo, Descendant Racing, Replay XD, the Meister watches. We're going to be giving a Meister watch. It looks like Jeff Westfall could be getting another Meister watch. People from Synergy Turbo, White Line, BC, Brian Crower as well. Thank you very much to all the companies for the support of the series. A lot of contingency awards we're giving out from Synergy, White Line, Run BC, Brian Crower as well, spread out amongst enthusiasts, street, and limited class. We don't give anything to the unlimited guys. They just give us records. Nobody listens to vinyl anymore. Oh, producer Darryl telling me it's not those type of records now. So we're talking about record-breaking times, and we had 4 of them in this session. As we see, I believe that was Whit Staples coming across there, but I saw him on an access road earlier. And now we're seeing, this is John Cui right here. John Cui running a 127.989. That was his best lap of this session. Not his best time. His best time was a 124.370. believe that's Mark Fornbacher right now, leading in limited all-wheel drive. Mark Fornbacher in the foreign tune Evo 113.970 to lead limited all-wheel drive, running a best time in this session of a 118.244. Looks like the track temp might be getting heated up. In the afternoon is actually the worst time. The ambient gets up and the track's been baking in the sun. There's a lot of sessions going out that could potentially cause make the track greasy, so to speak. Not actual grease, but actual debris coming back up on the track. The marbles, little bits of tire that get left on the track. It's hard to keep the track up to the fastest possible specification that it could be in between rounds, because they run so many cars out here. There's literally hundreds of cars out here for a NASA weekend. Showing you the front straight and the tower. Waiting for some cars. I believe most of the cars are pretty much complete with this session. We're running a few minutes behind. Looks like most of our cars are coming in right there. John Quee, Alan Cohn, Brian Hedian, Mark Fornbacher. That's John Quee right there pulling his car in. Alan Cohen in the CTSV Racing, CTSV. Brian Hedian in the Wired Race Tune. Let's see Brian Hedian's time. Was he able to get it done? Wow, somehow, somewhere, some way, I wasn't paying attention. Surprise, surprise. We have another record. Brian Hedian in street rear-wheel drive, 117.179. 117.179, taking the street class rear-wheel drive record just under the wire. We now have 5 records set in our classes, as we see Alan Cohen getting out of his CTSV Racing. CTSV, Alan Cohen doing a best time of a 115.051, which is also his best time of the weekend in unlimited rear-wheel drive, popping the hood on that CTSV Cadillac. I asked Alan to drive me to Atlantic City. We're going to dress up like Sinatra in the Rat Pack and roll out to Atlantic City and put it all on black tonight. Next session getting ready to go up, one of the NASA sessions. We're going to come right back. We should be able to get to the podium and have a live stream of the podium. We're going to show you some video that we shot earlier, and we will be back with the awards ceremony as soon as possible. With that, I'm John Nansaderi. On behalf of everybody at Global Time Attack, thank you very much for tuning in, and stay tuned. We'll be right back with final results in the awards ceremony.